feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years, Kevin. What's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate. I love the bigs outside. I got to tell you, Doris, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Booker and Bridges are the wings. And it's Paul in at the point guard.
Yo, check CP.
Oladipo against Booker. The pass to Saric. Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closely. The shot by Paul, no good. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Monty Williams gave me a few minutes to catch up. One of their keys tonight will be slowing down Goran Dragic. Coach said, you talk about the triple threat, shooting, driving, and passing. That's Dragic in a nutshell. He can hurt you all three ways. Kevin, we'll see which way they prioritize in this one.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Booker after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Nice D from Oladipo.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, you can tell that over time, Oladipo has gained more and more confidence in his scoring ability, especially that close to the tin.
Now here's Saric. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And here's Booker from the arc. Miami grabs the miss.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Here's Butler. Oladipo trying to get open. Shot's good by Butler.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
The Suns have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Booker against Oladipo. Shot to stop the run, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
The ability to drive with either hand. Booker gets the defender on his heels, draws the foul. Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
The first one falls. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
He hits both from the stripe.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Dragic the pass to Butler. Over Bridges. And it's Butler missing.
That was their first miss of the game. 4 for 5 right now. What a good start.
Here's Saric. And slam dunk by Saric.
Boy, you love seeing this, guys. When Saric is attacking those openings, he is such a dangerous offensive threat.
Dragic looking for an opening. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Oladipo outside. Clock at 6. Passes it to Dragic. No good on the three. The Suns have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Pass to Adebayo. Over Paul. Leonard trying to break free. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. 4-point game. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Yeah, their starters got into foul trouble, and it felt as if some of the calls were ticky-tack, no doubt, but nonetheless, damage was done.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Dragic kicks to Oladipo. Oh, that's blocked.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
Now here's Saric. Pass to Bridges. Three-pointer. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss.
Boy, a wide-open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Dragic gets the bucket.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here is Paul. After the made shot from Goran Dragic, Paul passes to Booker. Over in the corner, Paul. Booker outside. Over Oladipo. No good that time. And the Heat going the other way now.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Suns trail by 4. Paul passes to Saric. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Boy, what determination from Dario Saric. So good at being aggressive around the rim.
Oladipo finds Dragic. Paul against Oladipo. Back to Dragic. It's Oladipo on the wing. Fires from 18. Saric grabs the board.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Bridges against Butler. Now, here's Bridges. Defense is right there. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. He'd have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Outside Dragic. 11 feet away. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Booker outside. The pass to Ayton. Out to Saric. Paul passes to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Booker. Here's Ayton. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Dragic against Paul. And here's Dragic. 11-point game, his last outing. On the wing. Good as the jump shot falls. Dragic has got it all tied up now for Miami.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Now Dragic, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Outside Butler. The Heat need to get a shot off. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Phoenix has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Dragic against Paul. Oh, Ayton in position.
And you got to love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Oladipo outside. Back to Dragic. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Dragic has got 8.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Sharks looking around. Booker outside. Pass to Bridges. Leonard against Saric. From 11 feet away. Tries again. Here's Ayton. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Well, this is why Butler has become a real threat on the offensive end. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he is equally capable and adept at finding the open guy.
Here's Paul after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Saric passes to Bridges. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Phoenix with the ball. And Saric kicks to Paul. Back to Saric. Pass to Bridges. This one for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Bridges has got his second basket.
At his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
You think back to after the trade from Philadelphia, Dario Saric had a hard time getting settled in with Minnesota. They started him in a bench role, and it wasn't until he became a starter that you saw his productivity increase.
And Phoenix making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Booker. Coming off a terrific season. Putting up about 26 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
And Doris with Saric coming off the bench is something he's done in the past. But he had better results as a starter last season.
It would appear to me he is much more comfortable as a starter. His shot seems to come a little bit easier. The floor spacing this young man provides is a huge plus for his team.
And it's Dragic with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Adebayo throws it down. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Kaminsky. No good from Booker.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
It's Oladipo on the wing, defended by Paul. The kick out to Oladipo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Now it's a 3-point Heat lead.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Paul. Good on the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside Dragic. "11 feet away. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Miami shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Two.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
And one thing that's been plaguing the Suns for years, undisciplined play.
Greg, I think that shows up most typically in your bottom of the league in turnovers and personal fouls, both categories 7 years running. When you're at a competitive disadvantage in terms of talent and experience, you can't afford to make those mistakes.
Leonard hits them both. Well, Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so. You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
And, Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now, here's Dragic. He's got 8, and again, it's the Heat missing. Paul against Oladipo. There's the feed to Ayton. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, that's a determined scorer right there. DeAndre Ayton showing a little toughness on the interior finish.
And we'll be right back after this. You learn about Jimmy Butler, a difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
They've got Myers Leonard. He's out there with Bam Adebayo. Jimmy Butler is out there with Robinson. And it's none in at the point. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Now here's Butler. 9 points last game out. Shoots over Crowder. Butler, no good. The Suns leading. Paul, right side. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Kaminsky, the pass to Crowder. Booker against Robinson. No good from Booker.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And here are the Heat now. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Shot by Crowder, no good. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Hornets. Here's Butler, and he uses the glass on the layup. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, Butler took a pretty good hit there, but has the strength and the coordination to finish it. That's pretty.
Paul kicks to Ayton. Outside Crowder. Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. Pass to Kaminsky. Back to Paul. And it's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Just now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
And it's the Heat with the ball, following the shot by Chris Paul.
Hey, watch him.
Robinson against Booker. Robinson passes to Butler. Here's Nunn beyond the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Now here's Ayton. He has 6. Here's Kaminsky from the right block. The shot is good. Kaminsky's got his first points of the night. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
Here's Nunn following the basket by Chris Paul. Right side, Butler got a piece of it.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Paul. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. The pass to Butler. Dishes to Robinson. Here's Nunn. Outside Butler. They get it back. Misses in close. The Suns have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Booker with no one around and the 3 off target. And Butler, here we go. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 8 rebounds in this game. And here's Booker from the arc. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Deft touch on the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Paul outside. Back to Booker. At the top of the key, Ayton. In the corner, Crowder with it. Over Butler. Here's Ayton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
DeAndre Ayton, a quality free throw shooter, so you love to see him create opportunities to get there.
And all the tools that made DeAndre Ayton the top pick in the 2018 draft already, Doris, on display at the start of his NBA career.
You know what, Kevin? People wanted to knock DeAndre Ayton for his defense, which wasn't horrific. But they forgot about all the things he can do. Let's remember, he's a great screener in the pick and roll. He can shoot from range. He's got incredible instincts with an incredible physicality to his game. Don't talk about the defense. Ayton too good on the offensive end.
Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the number 1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year convo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
And the second free throw, good.
I tell you, this guy already a double-double threat nightly, and DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is still high. Now, he's got to go ahead and reach those expectations by putting in the work.
Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
Basket good. Booker's got 6.
Now, guys, what a terrific feel for the young Booker. Knows exactly how to take what the defense gives him.
Passes it to Nunn. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Suns trail by 3. Booker with it. 29 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. And they just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Nunn. Here's the teardrop, and it's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. And Miami making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Sheck Diallo, he's checked in for Phoenix. And stolen by Diallo. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Neto. No points in the game yet for him. Diallo kicks to Crowder. It's good. This game is all even.
To me, you've got to run this guy off his shots. Jay Crowder is a good catch-and-shoot jump shooter.
Here's Nunn. He's got 5. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. 4th, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Neto finds Diallo.
I got yours.
Jones against Crowder. Here's Neto. Shot clock at 6. Back to Crowder. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That's Jay Crowder demonstrating how strong he is. He's dominating the defense with his ability to play through contact.
And Jay Crowder ends every post with the hashtag, "It all started in the driveway." Doris, he knows just how far he's come.
No doubt. Jay Crowder said back then he was always the youngest guy on the court with no fouls called. That is how you develop into a competitor.
Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Well, Doris, and you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jones, the pass to Iguodala. Here's Leonard. fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Leonard. Now Booker, 6 points for him. Pass to Kaminsky. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got his 6th rebound on the night. And again, it's the Suns missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Suns trail by 4. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size. Checking out some stats for Iguodala, how he performed last season. Last season put up about 5 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
Now here's Diallo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Just 5 to shoot. No good from Booker.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
It's Iguodala with the drive. There's the pass to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Now it's a 6-point Heat lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Passes to Diallo. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Back to Diallo. He kicks it to Crowder. They could use a bucket. Connects from 3-point range. Crowder's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Suns. Pass to Iguodala. There's a minute 40 left in the first half.
How about Iguodala skying for the throw down? A little throwback dunk from Andre. Go ahead.
Here's Neto. Miami grabs the miss. Leonard's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. .112 left here in the second. Pass to Iguodala from past the arc. That one doesn't go. Now the Suns take it the other way. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
50 seconds left in the first half. Here's Nunn, defended by Crowder. Kicks it out to Leonard. And he overshot that one, missing.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And here's Booker from the arc. Another three for Phoenix.
Well, this is Devin Booker's specialty. Consistent at finding all kinds of ways to score from beyond that arc.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Nunn. He's got 7. Uncovered. Misses off the left iron. Here's Neto. On the wing, Booker over Iguodala. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. It's all tied in Miami. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens. Running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Myers Leonard really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Setting the floor for the Suns. Bridges and Šarić make up the forwards. Booker out there with Chris Paul. And it's Crowder in at the 5. Now here's Dragic. Now here's Butler. Over Paul. Open jump shot off the mark.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Bridges against Leonard. It's blocked. And here's Oladipo. Now the pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Bridges. Crowder pulls it in. Phoenix has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Booker against Oladipo. Šarić outside. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. And it's 6 points for Dario Šarić.
Well, because of his size and length, Dario Šarić so comfortable on the interior.
Bridges against Butler. Passes it to Oladipo. Pass to Leonard. And yes, it's good. Leonard's got 11.
Well, Victor Oladipo's passing skills probably unappreciated. This guy is very unselfish and capable.
Leonard against Bridges. Back to Booker. That's tipped. 4-on-3 break. The wide open look here for Oladipo. Here's Butler. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 9.
One thing we know about Jimmy Butler, he's going to stay in a play. Nice job on the offensive glass.
Ball against Dragic. Dragic with some nice D.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Pass to Leonard. Over Paul. Leonard, no luck. The Suns trailing. Out to the right wing. Here's Bridges. And it's sent back by Leonard. And Butler, here we go. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. Goes about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
The free throw drops for Butler. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Shot from the top of the key. No good from Booker.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Paul after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Saric outside. Bridges for 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And it's Butler missing.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Here's Booker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Free throw good, Booker.
Sometimes picking after number 10 is just fine. The 13th pick in 2016, Devin Booker, one of the brightest young guards in the NBA today.
And so he makes both from the line. The Heat leading by 4. Oladipo outside. Leonard trying to break free. It's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Saric with it. Now guarded by Dragic. The baseline J. That's good from Booker on the assist by Saric.
Well, just such a crafty offensive talent. Devin Booker working the mid-range. What doesn't he do?
Dragic kicks to Butler. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's Adebayo. He feeds it to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Oladipo for 3.
When Dario is working this hard on the defensive end, it's key because his activity can make a real difference.
Here's Adebayo. Count it. Adebayo's got 10 points in the game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And the Suns call time.
Timeout. Start it.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. Third is Chris Paul. And, of course, Jimmy Butler.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Now here's Paul. He's got 8. Yep, that one goes. 10 points for him.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Dragic the pass to Butler. It's Oladipo on the wing. Second shot opportunity. Saric grabs the board. For Phoenix, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Booker, right side. To the middle. Here's Paul. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, that's the court awareness of Mr. Devin Booker. This guy increasingly becoming such a good passer.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 10. Outside Dragic. And stolen by Ayton. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is engaged and comes up with a key steal there.
Dragic kicks to Oladipo. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Ayton. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
The free throw drops for Oladipo.
And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part. It's the staying there that's the true challenge. And Victor Oladipo achieved stardom, but has to make his way back after his knee injury in early 2019.
Good on both. And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight, always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. Another one falls for Phoenix.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Dragic kicks to Leonard. Oladipo taking his time here. Here's Butler. It's hauled in by the Suns. Saric has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jones checked in for Leonard. And here's Phoenix. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Dragic against Paul. Now here's Booker. Defense right on him. Paul against Dragic. Clock at 6. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And checking out some numbers here for Chris Paul. Last season, he played outstanding. 3rd in assists. And his ability to pressure and disrupt defensively was obvious. He ranked 3rd in the league in steals.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists last year. He did a great job of setting the pace, finding the open man, making the simple delivery. Now, here's Butler. He's got 11. Outside, Jones, wide open. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Saric with it. He dishes it to Paul. Back to Saric. Johnson outside. Here's the 3. But they get it back. Ayton kicks to Paul. Here's Booker. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Booker's got the lead up to 4 now for Phoenix. Here's Nunn. He has 7. Now Butler. Down low, Adebayo. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And he makes both free throws.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Booker the pass to Paul. And Saric kicks to Johnson. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Paul for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Heat. And there's the pass to Nunn. To the inside. For the tie. And it's Butler laying it in. Butler's got the game tied up here for Miami.
That's exactly what you want right there. Jimmy Butler being aggressive on the interior.
And Booker kicks to Johnson. Poke loose. Saric against Adebayo. Pass to Booker. Saric in the corner. Offensive rebound. Ayton, a beautiful reverse layup. Ayton's got 9 points.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
Up top, Oladipo. Defended by Booker. Count that one.
Yeah, he shot the ball well enough to keep his team even. Let's see if together they can elevate past that.
Phoenix has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Saric outside. Fires the three. No good from Booker.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
He lobs it up. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Here's Nunn. He's got 7. Shots good from Butler.
Boy, great rhythm on the jumper. Every year, Butler gains more and more confidence in that catch-and-shoot game.
Paul passes to Booker. And here is Ayton. Paul right side. Booker outside. There's the 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight. Pass to Nunn. Pass to Adebayo. Makes it off the glass. Adebayo's got 6 in the quarter. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Boy, give Saric a lot of credit. He attracted the defender's attention because he looked determined to score it.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
And he makes the first.
You know, I think the versatility Saric provides is big in today's NBA. This guy can play the 3 and the 4. He can shoot from anywhere. He can also hit the glass. Very good passer. There's a lot to his game.
Saric nails them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Nunn, defended by Paul. And the pass to Butler. Over Johnson. Misses off the right iron. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I think you've got to play Jimmy Butler a little bit more honest than you do there. He's adept at drawing those kinds of calls.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
So from the 30th pick in the 2011 draft to one of the elite two-way players in the game, think about every step along the way with the work required by Jimmy Butler. Special stuff.
And so Butler nails both of them.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Booker against Oladipo. Now here's Booker. The 3. Here's Ayton. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Phoenix ahead. They lead by 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Here's Paul. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Heat, Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. 5 on the clock. Oladipo against Paul. Tries again. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And, guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Nunn passes to Oladipo. Here's Nunn, defended by Booker. Nunn can't get it to fall. Suns leading by 4. Paul, right side. Oh, Ayton in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
What a connection DeAndre Ayton has with his guys. Great timing on the alley-oop.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Oladipo dishes to Butler. Shoots from the baseline. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Booker. And it's good, 2 points. And now an 8-point Phoenix lead.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Timeout called, the Heat. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Guys, you have got to find a way to slow this man down. This is a great timeout.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. We'll see if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Oladipo against Booker. Oladipo misses.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Nunn passes to Butler. Kicks to Oladipo. Over Booker. That one a little long.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Paul. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists now tonight.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. The dish now to Paul. To the middle. Diallo, no good. The Heat trail by 15. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Nunn, defended by Paul. To stop the run. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Suns leading by 15. Paul, right side. Sweet little floater.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Here's Nunn, defended by Paul. Outside Leonard. Dishes to Oladipo. Good D by Booker.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And the shot goes in.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Nunn. Again, the miss by the Heat.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And that one's good, Ayton.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Heat trail by 21. Nunn passes to Butler. Floats one. Nunn, that's good.
And some much-needed offense right there. He ends that fantastic run by Phoenix.
And it's Paul with the ball for Phoenix. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anybody.
2.
And that one falls for Paul. Doris, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Passes it to Dragic. Back to Oladipo. Paul against Dragic. Pass to Adebayo. It's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Paul's got 14 points now in the second half.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Oladipo. It's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. And here are the Heat now.
And a struggle here to find a rhythm in the second half. The field goal percentage starting to tail off in a big way.
Paul, count that bucket. Paul's got 24.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Butler, here we go. Unable to get that one.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same. I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Oladipo outside. Outside Butler. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game, but because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
And so he's able to get one of two. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Iguodala, the pass to Butler. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
This, to me, is how Butler hurts you. The athleticism, the strength, the body control, draws the whistle, still finishes the play.
And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
The free throw drops for Butler. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Carter outside. Pass to Diallo. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Reed, defended by Butler. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Carter. Shoots the three. That one doesn't drop. The Heat go the other way with it. Outside Dragic. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Johnson outside. Passes it to Reed. Here's Neto. Baseline J on the way. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's the Heat trail by 21. It's Oladipo on the wing, defended by Carter. Adebayo passes to Oladipo. Up and in on the layup.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
To the paint, here's Reed, and it's blocked. And here's Adebayo. He kicks to Dragic. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Phoenix leading by 17. Here's Neto. Pass to Reed. Here's Neto. They need this one. And it's Miami with the rebound. Leonard's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Butler. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Timeout.
Butler's got 16 points here in the second half.
Signature move by Butler right there. Strong drive, followed by the finish through contact. That's him in a nutshell.
Timeout called, the Suns.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, DeAndre Ayton.
And when he's been on the floor, it has been a clinic in rim protection and shot blocking. He's played the defense of 3 men tonight. His block total has gotten to a point you almost never see in an NBA game.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. Phoenix leading by 15. Pass to Booker. It's stolen by Oladipo. The floater, and it's good on the way in.
Oladipo has a lot of shots at his disposal, including that pretty floater.
Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Booker against Oladipo to stop the drought, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Booker. Dragic with it. 1:41 left in the fourth. Here's Butler. Lays it up and banks it in. Butler's got 8 points here in this quarter.
See, Jimmy Butler is able to move with a certain level of force coming off the screen, and because he does, he gets the separation he needs.
Saric up top. He's covered by Leonard. Saric up top. 6 on the shot clock. Paul kicks to Bridges. And the Suns miss again. And here are the Heat now. They're on an 18-4 run.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Suns.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeAndre Ayton.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
Booker outside. Fires from deep. Doesn't go that time. So it's the Suns winning easily here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, what does a win like this do for you at this time of the season?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
We'll see if he can keep it going again. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long. And tonight, East versus West. History between these teams, Brent, but some people claim rivalries are less relevant now. What do you think?
Well, you have to have history before you have the rivalry. And so when teams have fallen off in terms of their competitiveness and winning championships and being league leaders for several seasons, Kevin, now somebody else has to replace them. You got to reestablish teams facing one another 4 and 5 times in a row. Probably the best example, recent memory, have been the NBA Finals, where the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors saw each other. Very familiar for many seasons.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. Bridges and Saric make up the forwards. Paul out there with Booker, and it's Ayton in at the 5, home in the paint. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Suns moving the ball around. Paul kicks to Booker. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected. They retain possession. And that one's good, Ayton. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Dragic looking for an opening. Oladipo against Booker. Shot from 12. The kick out to Dragic over Paul. Dragic against the bucket.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch and shoot Jay is simply deadly.
Booker against Oladipo. Here's the floater. A nice shot by Booker.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Up top, Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
2.
Free throw drives for Goran Dragic. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Both free throws good from Dragic.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Saric outside. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. With 3, Booker. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Paul, and Butler sends it back.
And the length of Butler can be a real problem. You've got to respect his reach, and this is a guy who can block shots from the wing. And one issue for the Heat for years now, inefficient shooting.
Well, young players are learning how to defend, so you need to do that first. But if you can't go down on the offensive end and you can't find ways to dig out of holes by shooting the basketball, you get down 10 or 12 points. Defense sometimes isn't enough. They've been the bottom third in points scored for quite a while.
The first free throw is good.
Interesting that Phoenix has gone through all these different iterations since the loss of Hall of Famer Steve Nash, but this young core potentially coming together where they've bookended their front court and their back court with Ayton and Booker.
Oladipo hits them both. Well, Brent, looking at the Suns' future, Ayton's development could really determine how far they rise.
I think it's not all on his shoulders, but certainly as a big guy out there, to have a presence on a nightly basis and some consistency is the challenge for DeAndre Ayton. He has all the physical tools and by all accounts has the work ethic to go along with it. Every shot in his arsenal, Devin Booker, is pretty impressive. He can shoot it from deep. He moves well without the basketball. He can create with others. He is a young offensive force and is an interesting player to watch in terms of what develops next.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Brent, with Booker, the ball handling and creativity he has puts him among the elite guards in the league.
Yeah, you wonder if Phoenix can find a way to get some more talent around Devin Booker. What happens when all of the attention is not on him? He's already proven he's a great scorer. Where else can he go?
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Now you could tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Eric Spoelstra. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Looking at these matchups, he thinks they can pound the ball inside with success. He wants them to get points in the paint early, force the defense to collapse, and then play inside out. We'll see if the opponent sticks to that game plan as well, guys.
Thank you, David. And it's the Heat with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. There's the lob to the hoop. Great communication on the alley-oop.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
Dragic against Paul. Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game? It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Now Dragic, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Outside Dragic. Clock at 6. Here's Leonard. Bank shot. No good.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Pass to Saric. Booker outside. Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Booker's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, Booker right now finding some room out there behind the three-point line to get himself going.
Passes to Adebayo. It's deflected. Oladipo misses. The Suns have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Bridges, no one around him. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there. Has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Oladipo outside. Over Booker. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Booker. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. No good from Booker.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to Portland. Paul passes to Booker. Back to Paul. And there's the pass to Ayton. And Booker kicks to Paul. Good. And a nice assist from Booker.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired up.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Now here's Butler. Boy, he just disappeared against Charlotte, and they really needed him. Here's Dragic. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Kicks to Butler. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Paul. On the wing, Booker from about 19 feet. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Ayton.
Well, Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. Just a pogo stick, gets around, covers some ground laterally, and does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
First free throw is good. And with Adebayo and finishing plays, Brent, he is a terrific dunker.
No doubt. Guys are looking for him all over the rim, and you could throw it just about anywhere, and Bam is going to go up and just look for that. Bam right on you. Great energy, great athleticism, and continues to find ways in which he can make solid offensive contributions for the Heat.
And here are the Suns now. They lead by 7. Paul dishes to Sharnic. Inside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
The Suns have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
One shot.
Free throw good, Booker.
And Devin Booker, where would the Suns' offense be without him?
Probably bottom of the league if no Devin Booker slides on that Suns jersey. One of the purest shooters in the league and one of the most phenomenal young scorers that's come along maybe since Kevin Durant. Well, when you have an outstanding point guard that's making outstanding decisions like Dragic does, it can be lethal.
The shot by Paul, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Booker after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Shot, high post. They get it again. Ayton, his second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
Dragic the pass to Oladipo. Dragic against Paul. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 8 points.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Paul passes to Saric. Back to Paul. That's tipped. Oladipo, the pass to Leonard. And the shot is good. And now it's just a 4-point Suns lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after it a little bit.
And the Heat making a change here. Nunn's checked in. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him. Robinson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. Here's Paul. Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
A moment to check out DeAndre Ayton here. Coming off a terrific season. 10th in field goal percentage, and he did his share on the glass. Battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And, you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league. His dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Back to Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Robinson against Booker. Robinson left side. Out left to the wing. Here's Nunn. Some solid D from Paul. Phoenix leading by 4. Pass to Booker. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Booker's got 14.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Here's Nunn, defended by Paul, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Phoenix gets called for the foul. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. The Suns making a switch here. Neto's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. 4-point game. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
Yeah, and that led to a few of their key guys spending long stretches of the game on the bench because of foul trouble. Hard to find yourself back in a rhythm when you do that.
The Heat have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, you got to like the power of Butler. Just a terrific athlete who throws it down when he can get close to the rim.
Now here's Booker. 14 points for him. Robinson with the block. To the paint. Butler, no good.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And the foul called on the Phoenix Suns. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Passes it to Ayton. Count that one. Ayton's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, Ayton just swallowing up the defender there and then completes the play.
36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Bridges against Butler. 14 feet away. Good on the jump shot.
And this is Butler's bread and butter. The mid-range J is on point. You got to D him up better than that.
Booker against Robinson. Now here's Booker. He's covered closely. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the left wing. From deep, Neto. That shot, no good. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We've got more in store for you right after this. Tough Nose Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. Guys, what's your take so far on the Suns?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Suns, we've got Jay Crowder, Kaminsky out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Neto in at the point. Here's Nunn. Poked away. Drops in the layup for two. Nunn's got 5 now.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Phoenix leading by 3. Booker in the post. Guarded by Robinson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, you got to like seeing Devin Booker be aggressive, especially when he's shooting the ball, easily earning the foul that time.
Brett, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
2 shots.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category, Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation, though.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, Booker still has some upside, one of the best young scorers that we've seen in the NBA in the last decade. He's already an established star, and the sky is the limit for this guy. Now he just wants more wins.
Crowder inside. Adebayo on him. Neto, the pass to Kaminsky. No good on the shot. Now the Heat take it the other way. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. To the middle, here's Butler. No good, shot missing. Good D by Booker. To the inside, Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
The Heat trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
That doesn't go either for Butler.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
There's the pass to Robinson. Pass to Adebayo. Here's the break. And here's Booker from the arc. Shot clock reset for Phoenix. And that one's good, Ayton.
Timeout. He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Jones checked in for the Heat.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Booker, he's coming off an excellent season. 7th in scoring, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. None passes to Robinson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Robinson's got his first basket.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Down low, Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Pass to Nunn. Shot from 12. Here's Adebayo. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Adebayo's got 6.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Booker with it. Leonard picks him up. Leonard against Booker. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Robinson. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Hornets. To the paint. And now the Suns, a fast break. Here's Crowder, and Crowder slams it in.
Booker getting down to business on the defensive end. Terrific at knowing when to go for the steal.
Here's Nunn. He's got 5. Passes it to Adebayo. And it's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. The Heat making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. And the Suns making a change here as well. Diallo, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Here's Nunn. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by Kaminsky. And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. The pass to Diallo. He kicks it to Crowder. Off target from three-point range. For Miami, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Oladipo outside. 6 to shoot. Over Booker. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Shot selection paying off there. Patience by Oladipo, and then knocks it down from the perimeter.
Booker looking around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
That one drops for him.
Good job by Victor on that one, scoring despite getting whacked. I love how he maintained his balance on that shot.
Neto, the pass to Diallo. Shoots from the line. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Booker. Myers Leonard picking up that last basket. Booker, right side. Rebound by the Heat. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. Here's Nunn. He has 5. The kick out to Oladipo. And it's Miami with another.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency, but players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
Derek Jones gets talked about a lot in terms of his dunking prowess and the way that he can get up in the air and maybe make a poster and a memory in the flash of an eye. But beyond the dunks, he's done a good job of really improving his game since coming into the league in 2016.
Here's Miami now. They're on a 14-6 run. Oladipo outside. Pass to Nunn. It's rebounded by Neto. Suns leading by 3. Hey, Brent, for Derek Jones, he saw the floor a good amount in his first full season with the Miami Heat.
Derek Jones is somebody that the Miami Heat continue to explore, and I guess if you're within that organization in Miami for a number of seasons, they like something about your competitive spirit, and that's where Derek Jones has probably found a home here in Miami.
And stolen by Diallo. And now the Suns, a fast break. Neto with the bucket. Now it's a 7-point Suns lead.
Well, Booker has established that he can score, and now showing that he can play make.
Nunn passes to Adebayo. Oladipo against Booker. And stolen by Booker. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Fourth, the Suns.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And, boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
To the inside. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Oladipo.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Neto. Lock at 6. Booker against Leonard with the shot. No good from Booker. The Heat shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Here's Nunn. Goes back up. Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, the defender caught out of position. Leonard recognized it quickly and took advantage.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He misses the free throw.
One of the better free throw shooting bigs in the NBA. The challenge for Leonard as he develops is to try to get to the line a few more times.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. And then for Phoenix, Johnson, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in for Raul Neto. Good on the second free throw. Phoenix calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up. And let's take a look at some numbers for Goran Dragic. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 13 points a game last season, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Now here's Booker. 20 points for him. Banked in off the glass. Booker's got 22 points.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
Leonard finds Jones. Oladipo outside. And stolen by Booker. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Right side, Dragic. Shoots from 12. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Adebayo.
A wonderful look from Dragic, who nicely set up one of his guys for a great look.
Now here's Booker. He's got 22. Paul dishes to Johnson. Pass to Kaminsky. Just 5 on the clock. Miami grabs the miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low. in the post.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Heat have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he can't get the first one. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Leonard. And the Suns also making a change. Sharge is checked in. And the second free throw, good. Here's Booker. 1:41 left to play here in the second quarter. Count it from 12. Booker's got 10 points in the quarter.
Booker focused on scoring right there. Even under duress, Booker finding a way to sink a very tough shot.
Heat moving the ball around. Oladipo for three. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Phoenix leading by 5. And that one is good. Paul's got 5 now.
Yeah, for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Booker against Oladipo. Miami no good on that time either. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Floats one up, and it's Dragic with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now, here's Butler. Shot clock at 6. No good on that one. And Phoenix the other way now. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
Here's Paul. Rebound by the Heat.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Yeah, every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
There is the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
And here is Paul. 5 points in the game. On the wing, Booker puts up a 3, sinks the three-pointer. Booker's got 27.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And so it's Phoenix in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Goran. How would you say you guys have done in the first half?
I mean, we are battling. We as a team, and if we're gonna play like that, I think so. We're gonna be okay.
We'll see what happens in the second half. Thanks, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq, and for the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They were in the driver's seat once we got into the second quarter. Their lead is now 8 here at the half, and they've got all the momentum on their side. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team. Keeping those turnovers down, that's the big factor.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
To fall behind like this at home after only one half is upsetting. We're not talking about an insurmountable deficit. We're not talking about a small one either. They're going to have to play a good second half of basketball for a chance to win this.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Paul with the ball. Jimmy Butler is out there with Myers Leonard. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Oladipo in at the 2 guard. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Now here's Ayton. They're leading by 8. A nice shot by Booker.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. The floater, it's deflected.
And you can't be careless around Sarge. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
And he comes up with the deuce. Paul's got the lead up to 13 now for the Suns.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
The Heat shooting well. They're at 45%. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Dishes it to Oladipo. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Well, Oladipo has good size, one of the bigger guards in the league, weighing 210, and that strength helps out.
Paul against Dragic, and the shot goes down. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Oladipo taking his time here. Out to the right wing. Right side, Dragic. Misses the 3. Suns leading by 13. Well, the development for DeAndre Ayton is going to be all about the pick and roll, both how he runs it and defends it.
I agree, Kevin. If he works with Devin Booker out there as an offensive threat and becomes a guy who can roll with good hands and finish, that's a key for their offense. And you look at his size defensively, he can be imposing.
No good from Booker.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
And it's Butler missing.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And it's denied. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. That's a 2 from Paul.
Hey, good board, Bam.
The Heat trail by 13. Outside, Dragic. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Now here's Paul. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Count it. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Dragic kicks to Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
Such great timing from Oladipo on the weak side to find that alley-oop. Great communication there.
Saric outside. He dishes it to Bridges. No good from outside.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 8. The pass to Adebayo. Fades and shoots. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Sharch dishes to Paul, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Such a savvy guard, easily getting the foul call on those type of shots.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
Free throw drops for Paul.
This is an area where Chris Paul has been solid every year, always right around 90% from the charity stripe.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Oladipo. And so Paul nails both of them. Now Iguodala. Kicks it to Butler. Back to Iguodala. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
You just don't want to give Andre Iguodala that kind of lane because you get that kind of highlight.
Now here's Paul. 13 points in the game. The dish to Saric. And the wide open shot from Paul releases from the wing and drills it. Paul's got 10 points in just the second half. Dragic the pass to Butler. Lets it go from the wing and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
And you have to get Saric out of the paint. Once he's inside, he's ready to take it home.
Here's Iguodala after the Suns pick up 2. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Ayton. Booker outside. Unloads from 13. That one off the back iron and out. The Heat trail by 17. Here's Butler. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Butler's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And Butler looking like the Tasmanian devil on the break. You can't give him any room to run or you might get your feelings hurt. And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
For Phoenix, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. The first one falls, and the Heat making a change here. Nunn's checked in. Crowder, he's checked in for Phoenix. Saric nails them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Heat trail by 17. Here's Nunn. He has 7. Butler on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. No good there. The Suns go the other way with it. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Here's Saric. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Miami's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Nunn. Got a piece of it. Paul with the steal. And now Crowder running the floor all by himself.
Well, great instincts of Paul there. Solid at creating havoc in the open court and then coming up with the steal.
Here's Nunn. Knocks it loose. And no good. Paul with the defensive effort. Booker against Iguodala. And Booker kicks to Paul. Back to Booker. And here is Ayton. 12 points for him. Shot clock at 3. Paul passes to Booker. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 7th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Iguodala. Pass to Adebayo. Over Paul. Nails the baby hook. Adebayo's got 10 points.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Paul kicks to Booker. Pass to Ayton. Paul left side. Booker outside. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Now here's Butler. He's got 6. Rebound by the Suns. George has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Nunn. 7 points in the game. Wants to get it to Adebayo and does. And it's in there. 12 points for him.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Iguodala against Booker. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Booker's got 10 points in the quarter.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Now a timeout called by Miami. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every 3-pointer he takes right now.
Jones, he's checked in for Miami. And a change for the Suns. Diallo, he's checked in for Saric. On defense, the Suns, they have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Nunn. 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. Again, the miss by the Heat.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Paul passes to Diallo. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists now in the game.
big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Now, here's Butler. He has 6. Can't connect from 13 feet out. 1:57 left in the third. Now the pass to Nunn. Switch. Looking to end his cold spell. Rebound by the Suns.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Here's Iguodala following the basket by Chris Paul. Here's Butler. No good that time. Good work defensively by Crowder. High post shot. He doesn't hit that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside Butler. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. Crowder, the pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Kicks it to Butler. From the line, buries the jump shot. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
And Butler has some insane handles, creative at just carving his way through the defense.
Here's Booker. Here's Ayton. That one goes. Counted.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Here's Nunn. And that one released in time, but no good.
Well, Chris Paul, a terrific defender, uses his speed well right there to cover some ground.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Suns ahead, just dominating this one. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for the Suns, Diallo out there with Johnson. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Carter. And it's Neto in at the 1. Now here's Iguodala. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Now here's Ayton. From deep, Neto. Another 3 for Phoenix.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Jerome. Phoenix able to drain the three. Kicks it out to Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock, and there's the defensive 3-second call.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about, Kevin, when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Carter for 3. That one, no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. Here's Jerome. That's tipped. Carter with it. Robinson picks him up. Carter against Robinson. Johnson. Good defense by Iguodala.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Now here's Iguodala. Robinson with it. Teardrop shot. And so Miami again turning it over. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll host the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. Here's Carter. They get it back. Excellent D that time from Jones.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now, here is Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Iguodala. Reed with the rebound.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Here's Iguodala. Jerome passes to Robinson. From beyond the arc and then some. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Timeout call, the Suns. But how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle, you're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does.
That sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I try to avoid that, Kevin. Quite
did
frankly.
you?
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
Iguodala against Johnson. Neto, the pass to Diallo. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Jerome. He kicks to Robinson. The three. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Now, that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you've got.
That's right. He was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Here's Neto. Carter outside. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
And so here's Phoenix after the missed 3 from Iguodala. 6 to shoot. From deep, Neto got a piece of it. Here's Jerome. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Carter, the pass to Diallo. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. That one misses. Solomon Hill is checked in for Miami. Earl comes in for Andre Iguodala. Pass to Neto. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin, and that's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Hero, his three-pointers off the mark. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Johnson. That shot off. The Heat go the other way with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Inside. Here's Jerome, and it's blocked. Robinson against Johnson. Pass to Diallo. Here's Neto. Back to Diallo. On the clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. Carter with the 3, but they'll get another chance. Diallo finds Johnson. Suns keep it alive. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got his first basket of the night.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, that pops your confident balloon out there, just completely deflating when plays like that happen.
Here's Jerome to the right side. Here's Hero. And it's off from three-point range. Neto, the pass to Diallo. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
And Miami making a change here. Jones is checked in, and Phoenix also making a switch. Okobo's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Miami with the ball. Passes it to Silva. Outside Hill. There's the pass to Hero. Just 5 to shoot. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Okobo, the pass to Diallo. Here's Okobo. Here's Reed. Here's Diallo. And Jones pulls it down. Here's Hero. Defended by Carter. Hero, no good. Phoenix has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Miami shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment in that?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on that when players reach, and trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league, that the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting. Here's Okobo. Outside Crowder. Pass to Johnson. To the middle. Here's Reed. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Reed's got 6 in the quarter.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Pass to Hero. Passes to Silva. That shot is off. Now the Suns take it the other way. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. And the pass to Reed. Johnson in the corner. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Carter missing. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Heat.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Suns.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display
here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Devin Booker.
Just active on defense, little things like clawing and scrapping and tipping passes and contesting shots. Came up with a lot of steals.
So it's Miami now after the Suns pick up 2. Pass to Jerome. Good ball movement here by Miami. Jones, the pass to Hero. The kick out to Hill from the arc. Carter pulls it in. Phoenix controlling this game. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Reed. Pass to Carter. Here's Okobo, defended by Jones. The offensive rebound. Here's Jerome. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Let's go.